we're going to solve this quadratic equation by completing the square. All right, so here's our quadratic equation. The easiest thing to probably do is solve it by factoring, but not all quadratic equations are factorable, easily factored. Here, this one's not easily factored because we'd have to find two numbers that multiply to 4 but add to 6. Doesn't work. So we're going to use this completing the square method. Now, the first thing you want to do is isolate the x squared term and the x term. And we're going to do that by subtracting 4 on both sides. That gives us x squared plus 6x equals -4. Now you got to make sure that the leading coefficient is 1, which it is here, so we're good. Then we want to take this middle number, 6, we want to take half of it and then square it. You have to do it in that order. Take half of it, then square it. And you want to add that to both sides. So we're going to add half of 6 squared. And it's an equation, so what you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I took that middle number 6, I took half of it, and I squared it. Half of 6 is 3, and then 3 squared is 9. So this is going to be x squared plus 6x plus 9. And -4 plus 9 on the right hand side. All right, the next thing you want to do is, this is going to be a trinomial that can be factored now. It's going to factor into a binomial squared. Or you can do set up 2 binomials and factor this trinomial. You need 2 numbers that multiply to give 9, but add to give 6. That's going to be 3 and 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 plus 3 is 6. So this is going to factor into x plus 3, x plus 3. And on the right hand side, -4 plus 9 is 5. Now, since these are the same, you can write this as 1 binomial squared. And now we can finish it with the square root property. We can square root both sides. Make sure you put the plus or minus sign. All right, so I have x plus 3 on the left. I cannot simplify this anymore. And to get x by itself, just subtract 3 on both sides. And I'm going to put the -3 here in front of the plus or minus. So I end up with 2 solutions. I get -3 minus square root of 5 and -3 plus square root of 5. All right, so to recap, you need to isolate the x squared and x terms. Take this middle guy, take half of it and square it and add that to both sides. That's going to make a trinomial that's factorable. And they're always going to be the same. So it's just going to be the binomial squared. And then finish it with the square root property.